Alright, welcome friend. Today we are going to dive into some murders at Karlov Manor Play Boosters. These, not my first experience with Karlov Manor. I opened, was it a pre-release kit? I think I did? Yeah, that makes sense. A pre-release kit, which had a certain number of these boosters in them. But this is my first booster box. Probably my last, if I'm being honest, since I'm not a huge fan of this set. It just didn't jive with me, and that's fine. Some of the themes don't really do much for me. Interesting. The weird window. We're not going to open all these in this video. We're probably going to do a third of them today, a third of them in another video, and a third of them in a final video. So sit back, relax. Let's look at some cards here as we dive in and try to get a better feel for what's going on in Karlov Manor. Okay, let me get the order right on these guys. Our card. So, if you've watched this before, you know that I like to take a look at some of the cards, so we go a little slower than some other videos. As I try to get a feel for the set, enjoy some of the art and the card design that went in. Not a big Disguise fan. It's not my fave. I get it. I think it's an interesting... it's great to see Shock back, though. It's always a fun card. Yeah, I don't know. Disguise doesn't really tickle my fancy, but I get it. The Deuce and Thinking Cap. Alright, we have our Meddling Youths, the Scooby Gang, in our showcase style. Enforcer. Must say, these cards feel nice. They seem like they're a nicer quality than the ones that were in the pre-release pack. I know that I yammer on about this, but I do believe that the different... Ill-timed explosion. I do believe that the different printing factories that they use print different quality cards. And these ones, nice thicker cardboard, not some obvious bend. The foil doesn't come out already bent. And a land. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like these are slightly better than the previous ones I opened from this set, but purely anecdotal, you know what I mean. I got no science behind it. It's purely just how it feels. Scoundrel. Though I do bet this is a fun set to draft. I think it would be a fun limited set. I played some limited on Arena. I played some draft on Arena, and it's pretty fun. I think there's definitely some overpowered archetypes, and as always, some overpowered mythics that can kind of skew the balance. But that's pretty much just been Tale of Modern Magic. I enjoy this card. I think it's a neat mechanic. Living Conundrum. You can't run out of cards. It's fun. Got ourselves a Cyclops. You don't see that creature type too often these days. Surveillance Monitor. Yeah, I don't know. Crude Haunch. I know the springtime is when they kind of do, at least recently, they've done some different types of sets. Case of the Stash Skeleton. Those cases are interesting. I've seen them get a lot more play than I expected. Foil card. What was it? A couple of years ago we had the Streets of New Capenna theme, which didn't resonate with some people, but I actually quite liked that one. I thought it was kind of neat. Interesting plane, kind of a grungy, remind me of Batman the Animated Series kind of style. Yeah, you could see the Dark Knight just popping up in there. Gotham City kind of vibe, and I enjoyed that. And then we had Neon Dynasty, which again, some people didn't resonate with, but I enjoyed that cyberpunk vibe. So yeah, I think different strokes for different blokes, right? Some folks might like this kind of detective noir theme. It is kind of similar to the Capenna one. I like this showcase style. That's the only one I like. I don't like the Case Files one. It's similar to the Capenna one, and it's kind of gritty and detectives and whatnot. But yeah, the Capenna one kind of resonated with me a little bit more. Never liked these. They just don't look right to me. I know. Just complaining. Old man yells at cloud. Old man doesn't like double cards. Oh, our first mythic is Undergrowth Recon. Haven't seen this played too much, but it seems like there's some room for serious shenanigans with that card. Oh, we got a second rare in this pack. Our Midnight's Light. These play packs, they're so varied in what you can get, right? Guaranteed foil, like the set ones were. Sometimes you get full art. Sometimes you get an art card. Interesting to me that they're making the art cards a little harder to get since they don't come in every single pack. Like, you can't get them in every pack like you could in the set when you bought a box of set. So the art cards are a little harder to get. Interesting. But instead you get nonsense like these. Like, did anybody use these really? Maybe in limited play? I don't know. These packs, easy to open. He says he has issues opening one. Let's do this. Let's see what we got now. Interesting, they did some lesser loved creature types in this set. So we got some centaurs. Again, not a heavily seen type, but I always look to see how, say they don't design blocks, right? And I'm sure they don't really design blocks, but they do kind of make sure that sets build off each other within the environment, right? You know, that there's similar mechanics within a certain year. So last year we had a lot of cards with Surveil and a lot of cards that were looking at the graveyard and whatnot, and that kind of continued throughout the year. This year I'm seeing a lot of different creature types, a lot more spiders and centaurs and cyclops, like I mentioned. And I think that probably, I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder Junction has some interesting creature types. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some centaurs there. Watchdog. I know Bloomburrow is all about creature types. No Witness. Right, that one's coming up. That's probably the set I'm most excited for this year. I know that sounds silly, but I enjoy that, like, I don't know what it is. It late 80s, the early 80s, mid 80s? I don't know. That, like, Rats and Nymph and Watership Down kind of, like, creature fantasy that harkens back to my nostalgia. They really know how to play the old nostalgia card. Where were these made? Made in Japan, right? Am I reading that right? Made in America? What are we seeing here? Not. Must be blind. Made in Japan. Yeah, okay. That's why the cards feel so nice to me. Okay, let's keep going. About halfway through this video today, as we do our first stack of these play boosters from the box. This box I picked up from a local game store. I picked it up right when this set came out. I just happened to be nearby to a local game store. Thought I'd go in and check it out, but I didn't actually get around to opening it. I got distracted. So we're doing it today. So I could have picked it up probably for $20, $30, maybe $40 cheaper today if I'd done it, if I'd waited. Because if you've watched anything about this market, this set has not done great, we can put it. It's definitely, the boxes are down. There's some powerful mythics in here. Again, I'm not sure who's resonating. Oh, okay. Second mythic is Intrude on the Mind. Yeah, I don't know. It's not jiving with folks. That's some great art. So the boxes are down, what, 120, 110? Where I think this one, back when first came out, was kind of, stores were trying for 150. At least the local store that's trying to make a couple dollars to survive. I don't mind paying a little extra to my local store. Give them a $10 profit on a box. Oh my goodness. Who could imagine they can buy a cheeseburger with it? It's crazy how how little profit stores can make off these cards now. Because singles don't sell for anything. Back in my day, we used to go in and pay like 50 cents for a common, right? To just sort through the common pile, or $10 a rare, or whatever it was. And there's some decent money to be made there. Stores would crack packs and, get some of their cash back. But now, it's pretty much the singles market. You'd be lucky if you make even. The box market, you make a couple dollars off a box if you have a really good shipping deal. You really got to move volume in order to make some decent cash in this game, and that's why there's a lot of stores just aren't doing it anymore. They're focusing on running tournaments where you can make a couple dollars per person, or just switching to other games. We got our Illicit Masquerade. Other games where there's better profit margin. Lorcana, they can get them for pretty cheap. They can sell them. Pretty good market move in there. One Piece, obviously, people just buying whatever people have. if you have One Piece in stock, it's gone, no matter what price you charge for it. And Pokemon's still a big mover, right? People still just buy those cards, even if the market's down. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are hanging on with Magic to hope it turns around, but it's not a great deal for your local store. And yeah, I don't know. At least for me, I like my local stores, so I want them to stay around. I think they're neat places where they're definitely unique parts of our culture, the card game culture. So I just ask you to support your local store, and don't complain when they want to charge you $5 more than Amazon for a box. They're just trying to make a living. Because Wizards have raised the prices, and stores have kind of brunt a lot of that. Hurt. Haven't passed on a ton of the cost. Not the full difference in cost has been passed on to. I love that card. What a great card. Not the full brunt of the cost change has been passed on to consumers, what I'm trying to say. Doing a terrible job saying it. But I feel like some larger percentage than they would certainly hope has been eaten by stores, just because consumers don't want to pay the prices Wizards wants for their cards anymore. And I get it. It costs a lot to design a set, right? Especially when you keep having varied themes and different planes and so many cards and so many different types of cards. Man, March of the Machine, I don't know if you remember opening that. Good gravy, how many different types of cards were there in a single set? How many different frames? At least here we have, what, 3 frames? 4 frames, maybe? So it's not as bad. But yeah, I mean, you gotta pay people to make these, right? And churn them out, especially the number of sets they're pushing out every year. Can understand wanting to raise prices, but the local store's eating most of it. Branches. interesting. You can have a disguised land. Yeah, these cases are doing better than I thought. Hey, all right. So that's a neat mythic. Couple bucks, I think, right? Vindicator, nice. And we got ourselves a Deadly Complication in foil, and foil for full art land, nice. Some of you folks know, who watched my videos before, know that I enjoy collecting full art lands. These ones, they're fine. I think the non-foil versions actually look better. Alright, coming down, we got 3 more packs to go in this video. Hope you're enjoying watching as we dive into some Karlov Minor packs. My goodness, clean up your mess. Alright. Alright folks, we're back here. Sorry, technical difficulty, but we were just talking about Slime Against Humanity. Fun card. Alright, I do like that card. That card's done well in this set for me. I haven't successfully played a good deck for it yet, but it's fun to think of anyway. Anywho, I was saying that so far, not a great box. Haven't got any of the lands that are worth any money. Haven't really got any good rares except for... No good rares really. Couple uncommons that are worth a couple bucks maybe. And the mythics we got are fine, but definitely not making our money back yet. Which is kind of the issue, right? I spend $150 on a box. Kind of hope that you'd have $150 worth of cards, or I could just go buy singles, and that's what people say: go buy singles, go buy singles. But then who's going to open the packs? If I don't open these packs and sell them to you on my TCG Player store, which you can go check out if you want to buy these cards. I haven't had a lot of videos lately because I've been catching up on posting all the cards I've been opening into my TCG Player store. I'm just finishing out those Lord of the Rings special edition collector boosters that I did a couple months ago, or a month ago now. Did a good number of those. So those I'm just posting into TCG Player now. Catching up. I think I got all the Doctor Who ones in finally, so if you're interested in those, check them out. But yeah, I don't know if a lot of folks aren't cracking these packs because there's just not a lot of value in here. And yeah, it's doing a public service, putting them up for a TCG Player so you can buy them for cheap. Doesn't really make financial sense. So it's an interesting market. We'll see where it goes this year. Got ourselves Suspicion and a full art non-foil. Alright, so that's the video. Pretty unexciting, must say. Not much happening here. No charms, not even a single surveil land. Good gracious. We're going to Pound Town. We got a Vindicator. I mean, that's good, but it's not going to buy us dinner. Good grief. Undergrowth Recon. Yeah, it's fine. But that's what we're working with from this video. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll get to the remaining 2 stacks of packs here in future videos as we work through this play box of Murders at Karlov Manor. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please, if you enjoy the content.